How low can you go?
Going around showing an incident that took place in McKinney, Texas at a pool party where children were having a pool party. It was basically preteens and teenagers at one of their associates or friends' house having a pool party, as in these teenagers were invited to this pool party, and this pool party happened to be in a predominantly white neighborhood in McKinney, Texas. One of the neighbors decided, let's call the police, and the police came and utter chaos broke out. These are children. These are preteens. These are teenagers. They're at a pool party, and then you have this police officer. The minute the video comes on, he's dropped down, rolling on the ground like he's about to, open his gun and shoot everybody. Like, what is that? Like, really? We're doing SWAT team methods with teenagers in America, right? In the United States of America. And throughout the whole time, all these children, these teenagers, these preteens are unarmed. Nobody has weapons. Nobody has any guns. Nobody has any materials used as a weapon. They're all unarmed. They're all, in shock, don't understand why the police are there in the first place, and why would you even call the police on teenagers having a pool party? So this shows a couple of things in the video. Because the white police officer is telling all of the children of color, okay, to get on the ground and shut up and shut the hell up and shut the F up and everything else. Just straight disrespecting them and denying them of their rights and using excessive force and brutality against children in the United States of America. McKinney, Texas. This whole time, there is a white teenager who is filming the entire incident. And all the people that are being abused, assaulted, appear to be his friends, his classmates, people that he knows, people that he's acquainted with, people that he's associated with. And he is filming the entire time, and the police aren't saying anything to him. And the boy even stated, all the people that were being assaulted and abused were African American, Black, Hispanic, Latino, Mexican, and Arabic. So this goes to show you racial profiling, first of all, in the first place. Let's be honest. Why was the police called in the first place at a teenager pool party? Racial profiling. I'm just gonna put it there. Then the entire video shows what? Police brutality. Then you have this, another thing is this, people need to know their rights, okay? You cannot harass and detain people, okay? Unless you have a warrant for arrest. You can't arrest and detain people unless you have a warrant for arrest. You can't arrest people because they're talking, or because they're loud, or because they're trying to figure out why they're being treated like animals, okay? People have rights in this country, and day in and day out, people of color, lower income, women, LGBTQ, etc., our rights are being denied. And then you have all these police officers, every single situation, using excessive force, racial profiling, and police brutality tactics against unarmed individuals. And for the most part, it's always being caught on camera. And this is what's hilarious. You always have people saying, well, if the cops were cameras, we would be able to see what's going on and stuff like this wouldn't happen. Well, guess what? Eric Gardner on camera, okay? This situation here on camera, Oscar Grant on camera, is really getting owed with this idea that if they wear cameras, they're not going to commit crimes and police brutality won't happen and they won't use excessive force against unarmed individuals, unarmed American citizens. That's a bunch of BS, because on camera, off camera, they are abusing their rights, they are denying folks of rights, and they are using excessive force against people. And then what really gets me is you have the black girl she's with a group of other people, and they're all inquiring and wondering, what is going on? Why are we being treated like this? Why are you talking to us like this? And here this man, this white police officer, throws her on the ground, pushes her face into the grass, and this is the mess we're dealing with. Which brings me to this. And this is what I mean, it's a really double-edged sword. This is probably going to be a longer video than I expected. It's a double-edged sword because people think that women and children are not being abused, assaulted, and killed by police officers. And that's a bunch of malarkey. Okay? Black girls are being gunned down and killed and assaulted by police officers just as much as black men and boys are. So police brutality doesn't discriminate, okay, it doesn't discriminate against what type of color you are, because a lot of people of color feel like, well, we're not black, so that's not going to happen to us. And you have white people who feel like, well, we're not black, so that's not going to happen to us. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter what your color is. It doesn't matter what your gender is. It doesn't matter what your orientation is. And you know what? It doesn't really matter what your economical stance is. Right now, we are living in a martial law. We are living in the militarization of our police. I mean, here I am in Flint, Michigan, and we just, this past week, which I will upload the video on YouTube soon, this past weekend, we had military practicing urban exercises, dropping in on helicopters, shooting and doing flash grenades in the downtown Flint area with people walking around. So it's a lot going on right now. It ain't just what you think, okay? Call me a conspiracy theorist all you want. We are being denied of rights. Our rights are being taken away from us, okay? People are being murdered and slaughtered, okay? And this is why they did the pound say her name. Because a lot of times, like in this situation, people are trying to say, well, if she didn't do this and if she didn't do that. The point is, she was unarmed and the police had no business putting his hands on her. Then you got all these stupid ass alleged adults and parents sitting around while all this is going on, not trying to intervene, not trying to stop, not trying to prevent violence and the abuse of these children at all. And then brings me to this. The whole situation with the allyship with white people who know what's going on, not saying anything, not using their privilege to promote social justice. And you saw that right there in this video, because most of the parents in the video, or the alleged parents and adults, were white. And guess what? Here was an ample opportunity for you to intervene and say, hey, don't touch those kids. Those kids aren't doing anything wrong. They're not violating. This is my house and they're at my son or daughter's pool party. You could have said something and you could have stopped that. But guess what? You didn't do shit. So this is why when we, oh, black people, you're always talking about race. There's a reason we're talking about race, because we're being murdered, slaughtered, and discriminated and persecuted because of our skin color. Okay? Anyways, this has been Gia discussing the police brutality incident that happened in McKinney, Texas. This is happening every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year. And we keep seeing more and more footage of it. Enough is enough.